What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unplayable. You are looking at not one, not two, not three, but all four hosts of Unplayable at the same time. What is happening?
Wow.
Got the gang back together, coach.
That's right.
Mike is back from the dead.
Yeah.
Jay's
For
back
those
from
of you
I don't know what you
who
call
said Jay and Mike are dead, we're not dead.
it.
We're here.
Funny
We
you should
finally
say
let
that.
you guys out of the game building dungeon, and now you guys can see the light for a little bit.
Funny you should say that,
Just
Jay,
one
'cause
day.
on our
Right.
last video, we got this comment here to kick off our spoilers.
Yeah,
And
perfect.
I wanted to make sure you guys saw it, but Spanish Falcon said, at this point, I think Mike and Jay don't even exist. Got 10 likes. And then D Fresh V said, maybe the real Mike and Jay were the friends we made along the way. And
I mean, that's just true.
yeah,
Yep.
like that was the spoiler that I needed in my life. Okay. So formally, welcome back, guys. You ready to talk about some spoilers?
We're like
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're like Mary Poppins or Nanny McPhee. we show up when you need us, and then when you don't need us anymore, we disappear.
Yeah. With our magic bag of
I was gonna say, look at the
stuff.
bag of crap. We're good to go.
All right, so
Except our stuff is just bad takes.
we should have recorded a podcast before doing spoiler recap.
Nah,
This is the
this is-
nonsense that
This is better.
I want. All right, we're talking
It's
about
fine.
set 4 spoilers today, guys. So let's
We're on
dive
set
on in.
4 already?
We're on set 4.
Oh my gosh.
What the?
Jump to
Oh,
Lightspeed.
starting with a spicy one here, coach. Starting with a spicy
That's
one.
right. We've got a new base, guys. Colossus from the greatest Star Wars content ever released. I don't know if you've heard of this, Jim. It's called Star Wars Resistance. And if you haven't watched it, man, it's time to go. I can't even. I can't. I was trying to. Anyways, 35 health. Draw one less card in your starting hand. It's a rare, guys. 35 health in blue.
It's one of the few shows and content for Star Wars I've not watched.
You've not watched it at all?
No, the
That's crazy.
Proud.
All I know is Nerd Parker loves Star Wars Resistance. So
Okay. It's
Oh,
enough.
it
I
was
don't like
okay.
I don't like the animation style.
Yeah, animation style's trash.
But the card.
yeah. So
Card
anyways,
is
the
not
card.
trash.
Yeah. What,
This is
35 health, guys.
something.
Mm-hmm.
35 health is a lot, especially like if a lot of people are playing 25 health bases and you just have that 10 HP differential. That might be worth a card.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a couple takes on it. Obviously, for like very control-y decks that aren't typically playing something turn 1 anyway, they're kind of okay with it. But losing that option is a lot. I mean, it's not 3 versus 4. It's kind of 5 versus 6 in a sense because you're, still just getting rid of 2 of your cards. But there's a lot that you're going to be missing out on by doing that. So control I've seen, and then also the idea of like Kylo Blue is another one because you want less cards in your hand anyway.
That's interesting.
So maybe as an option to stall out a little bit, but then still get more benefit from Kylo.
Yeah, I don't buy the Kylo thing because you want less cards, but you're trying to play 2 cards a turn too. So I don't know how I feel about that. But I was thinking like Bosk in Bosk Blue with Deathmark and the ways that he can draw cards.
Yeah, you can draw a bunch of cards anyway.
This feels like a pretty easy include to me, but I don't
Or
know.
pre-Vizsla,
Palpatine.
like a pre-Vizsla deck where you're already playing card draw cards and
You
so
don't care
you
as
can get
much.
back.
Guys,
Yeah.
what if we're entering the Cassian era of Cassian leader era?
What
Well,
if?
Well, hey, Rebels are coming back.
He does draw a lot of cards.
Yeah.
He definitely draws a lot of cards. I mean, to me, I almost have a hard time believing that you would want to play a blue base control deck and not play this. 5 health is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like if your goal is to make it to the later stages of the game and start playing your like really powerful stuff, having an extra 5 health is massive. And you just get it for, I mean, it's half of a turn's worth of cards. It's not even I don't know. The downside doesn't seem that insane.
Would you play a 0 cost heal 5? Because that's
Yes.
kind of what it is, right?
That's a good point.
Kind of, yeah.
On your first turn, but yeah.
That you always draw.
Yep.
I
don't hate it.
And you don't have to spend an action on playing it. I think it's kind of sick, honestly. Like
Yeah, I think it's
there's like I mean, I don't know if these decks still exist, but you know, there were decks where you would just pass your first turn anyway, so that you could just play your Power of the Dark Side turn 2,
Yeah.
first action,
100%
and
exists.
like you don't necessarily care. Like having card advantage is really good in control decks, but you can get that in other ways, and having 5 extra health, it's just a lot.
Yep.
How many games have you lost where you were like, oh man, if I only had like 2 or 3 extra health?
3
Yeah.
games.
Now you get 5 extra health. That's
Yeah.
a ton.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You're negating an entire like for a cause plus.
Do you ever play aggro deck with this though?
No shot.
Like, would you play Sabine blue
No.
so that you can try to outrace other aggro decks and not die?
I don't think
I don't know.
I think it's just a control deck card.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I would
Yes.
see it. Because
Yeah,
you want to have like some card draw stuff and you like to overcome it anyway, right? And
Mhm.
I don't know, like Palpatine with this be pretty sweet because he draws cards. You've got Bosk, like David said, who can also draw a bunch of cards. So I don't know.
Someone did bring up Anakin leader because you're damaging your own base as just a little bit of a, you know.
You have like more damage that you can deal to your base, basically.
Now he's swinging for 100 instead of 99.
Ooh.
All right.
That's cool.
Man, the Chimaera guys, new Thrawn, beautiful art. Honestly, possibly my favorite art in the game. 6 cost, space unit, blue villain, 5/6. It's Imperial vehicle capital ship. When played, you may use a when defeated ability on another friendly unit, and when defeated, create 2 TIE Fighter tokens. And it is uncommon. I honestly, when I started reading this, I was like, oh, this is definitely legendary. And then it was uncommon. I said, oh wow, that's real good.
This card's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
The when defeated whole play around just seems awesome. Like it may not be insane, just they may have not made enough when defeateds to feel like it's like gonna be great, but I'm so excited to try it.
The only when defeated card you need is Mahdi. That's it. Like,
You're not
this
wrong though. You're
it
not
just
wrong.
comes into play ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And it doesn't kill it. It just triggers the
Yeah.
ability without killing it.
Mike needs a Mahdi t-shirt or something.
I do,
We need-
honestly.
we need, I don't know.
David's obsession with Wedge is very close to on par with Mike's obsession with Mahdi.
Except Mike actually plays Mahdi decks. That's my
Yeah,
thing. I don't
that's
actually
true.
play Wedge decks. I just talk about Wedge
It's
decks.
just the meme.
Don't ruin that for the people. Pretend like that's all you play.
All right, but this is pretty gross with Thrawn when you get to double up on your when defeated triggers. So if you have Thrawn and you play Chimaera, which is, you know, the whole point in some ways, that's a double when defeated.
It's a lot of stats.
Yeah.
Double it.
And it's capital ship, so Piet gets it out early, gets it out ready to go. I mean, holy smokes, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, stats seem pretty good for the cost too. Like the card just seems good.
Yep. All right.
What are some other when defeateds that are really sick to play with this?
Well, if you're playing that blue base and then you have that one ship that when it dies, draw 2 cards. You can play this, draw 2, and try to get back that card
There you go.
advantage.
That's
Okay.
cool.
I mean, Ruthless Raider's always great.
Ruthless
The
Raider.
when
Yeah.
defeated, 2 damage to the base,
Yeah.
2 damage
Yeah.
to another unit.
There's a bunch of red stuff coming with like when defeated, deal 2 indirect or deal 3 indirect.
Mhm.
I feel like when defeated is like
It's like a thing now.
red. Well, I feel like it's a red thing too. I mean, some blue.
Yeah,
It's like
there
mixed
is a
between
lot.
red and blue. I don't
Yeah.
think there's a lot of yellow or
There-
green when defeated.
Super Laser Tech
There-
is the one
there's-
everyone keeps asking about.
Yeah,
if
obviously
they
it
can
does not work
cheat it,
if
but
you
it
read the
doesn't work
card.
because you need the card. But
Read the card.
Yeah.
It's too much. Can't do that.
But yeah, this is gonna be fun. The whole when defeated death rattle like theme is
Yeah,
gonna be
that
super
whole-
fun.
Yeah, people love that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
super fun to build around. Yeah.
No doubt.
I assume you guys already talked about Thrawn last time.
Oh, yes.
Wait, and I assume you didn't watch it.
No, I definitely I just forgot.
All
What
those
happens?
comments we made about him, Jim, and they didn't even watch.
That's okay.
Well,
it's for the best.
We didn't exist at the time, so
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, guys, we've got a new leader. Rose Tico has
Man, everybody's
entered.
favorite Star Wars
About
character.
time. Thank goodness.
You know what? Rose as a hero in Star Wars Destiny actually was a thing. So
Yeah.
Hot take. Is she
Um,
even a hero based off of episode 8?
oh,
It's
gosh.
fine.
All right. Let's not enter that territory. We've got a blue hero. Action exhaust Rose to heal 2 damage from a vehicle unit that attacked this phase. Because healing 1 from a vehicle that didn't attack would be too powerful, right?
That's good.
Epic action flips on 5 into a 4/6 with resistance. On attack, you may heal 2 damage from a vehicle unit.
That one didn't have to attack.
Nope. But she's not a pilot, so
Fun. This seems super boring.
yeah.
Like stats seem average.
Mm-hmm.
Ability maybe is okay. Like if you're trading and then healing too. I mean, like, to be fair, she seems like a draft leader where you are doing that. You're just, attacking into your opponent's dudes, killing them and surviving, and then healing up, and like you just get a ton of value out of your units. But
Part of
I don't
that
know. I'm
problem
not
though is
excited.
there's like no ground vehicles that anybody actually plays.
There's a
Like all
couple.
space.
I would assume that there will be more in this set, at least for draft.
Yep.
But
Because there's a
Yeah.
decent amount in like red, for some
Yeah.
like rebel synergy. There's some like escort skiffs, obviously like a great one that like does get played some. So there's some, but
There's that red tank that exploits and comes in and deals 2 to a unit.
mhm.
That's a villain thing, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
some
no, it's
cost.
just red.
It's just red.
The tank, yeah,
Okay.
I think. Now I'm questioning it, but I'm pretty sure it's just red neutral. All right, cool, exciting card. Here we go. All right, not to be outdone by her sister, Paige Tico, 2 cost ground blue hero. She's a 3/2, which we haven't seen that stat line on a blue hero unit.
That's correct.
So I thought, well, that's interesting. No regular text as a unit, but piloting cost 2. Attached unit gains on attack. Give an experience token to this unit, then deal 1 damage to it, and it gives a +2/+2 buff. Resistance pilot.
This is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like +3 attack for 2 resources. It seems this doesn't seem very blue,
No, it doesn't.
but it seems kind of aggressive. I don't know.
It's supposed to just pair with Rose because you're dealing damage to yourself, and then Rose can just heal it back up, kind of deal.
Sure.
I honestly I'm like, cool, Chancellor Palpatine blue that I've loved playing, but it's not great. Just another blue 2-drop that I can play. I'm super excited about. Because that one combos with Queel. You want more blue cards. Now you have an actual good one that you want to play on turn 1. So that's where my head went.
Yeah.
Nice.
Put it on a grit vehicle, and now you're dealing extra damage.
Ooh.
And now you're cooking.
Here we go.
That's where we cook.
There we go.
It's actually not a bad
I
card.
like it.
It's weird, but it's not bad.
Yep.
Does the Rose from set 2 do something with this? Trading the experience token for a shield or something, or is that?
It's just she removes the shield to give +2/+2.
Okay, so no. Sad.
Yeah. All right. Red Squadron
Cool.
X-Wing. 3 cost. Blue hero space unit. It's a 3/4. It's a good stat line. Rebel vehicle fighter. When played, you may deal 2 damage to this unit. If you do, draw a card. It's a common.
That's really
It's
good.
a cool card.
That's good.
Seems real good to me.
I like it.
There's very few times that I wouldn't do that ability. Like I don't need to heal it back up either. Like I'm like, yep, 3/2 to draw a card. Yes, please. Count me in.
Yeah.
It's Rebel.
But if you are playing Rose, you just heal it back up.
You're not playing
Easy.
Rose. Let's call it like it is.
but even then, like, it would have to attack, and then Rose could heal it. Which
Yeah, it's
is,
very slow.
I don't know.
As a 3/2 rebel,
overthinking
which
it.
is a really good like synergy already. Yeah, I'm excited about this card to actually play into rebel synergy packages. Not so much in the trying to heal it back up.
Yeah, Rebel and Imperial Tribal is going to be interesting.
It's coming back.
Yeah. All right, we got Leia Organa, 3-cost green hero ground unit, 3/4, another rebel and official, restore 1. When played, you may attack with a pilot unit or a unit with a pilot on it. It gets +1 and gains restore 1 for this attack. That's pretty sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like this.
I'm comparing it to Fleet Lieutenant at the start. It's a 3/3 when played. Give a rebel unit +2/0 to attack, but you can attack with any unit. It just only gets the +2 if it's a rebel. So this one is only a pilot or a unit with a pilot on it. So it's not quite as flexible, but I like the deal 1, heal 1 kind of thing. If there's more
Yeah.
synergy with that could actually be a somewhat decent mid-range, mid-control kind of style.
What are the pilots that you can attack with on turn 2? I mean, we just saw Paige, right? Where you can play Paige turn 1 and then
Mhm.
do this turn 2 to like kill something that has 4 health and
Yeah.
restore 1.
That's not bad.
Anakin Skywalker, the kid.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
We're not playing him turn 1.
But you can.
You got me.
But I feel like this card gets better the more pilots you already want to be playing turn 1.
Do we just play this in the Boba Hero package?
Because she's got a keyword, maybe?
She's got a keyword. She gives a keyword if it has
okay.
a pilot.
That's cool.
So it's not getting +2.
That's cool. Ooh, I like that.
Wait, that's fun.
That's really cool.
I'm about that. Yeah.
That's really cool. Her stats are pretty good just on their own anyway. Like a
Mhm.
3/4 restore 1.
Yep.
Yeah, totally. Like way better Fleet Lieutenant.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you could do a rebel and a pilot tribal so that you have 3 Fleet Lieutenants and 3 Leias.
A
And so
lot
you're
of
always threatening
seems
a
to be
little
available.
extra stuff.
This is an important question, David. Is set 1 wedge a pilot?
You know,
No.
my
Probably
No,
not.
he's not.
That's very sad. He is literally piloting his speeder, so it's a flavor fail
That would
right
be
there.
dope.
But
That would be dope.
R.I.P.
He's just a rebel.
Just a rebel. An important
sad.
rebel. All right, we got a first order stormtrooper, 1-cost red villain, ground unit. It's a 2/1 because Death Star stormtrooper is a little better of a shot than the first order, I guess. On attack and when defeated, deal 1 indirect to a player.
This one deals more damage over time.
It's true.
Yeah, if it stays alive with 1 health.
But it only needs to
Yeah.
attack once, and it's dealing 4 damage instead of 3.
Well, and
If
even
it doesn't
never
stay alive, it
attacks-
deals 2 damage.
Yeah, even if it never attacks, it still does 2. Yeah.
Or that's 3 total. But yeah.
Yeah, 3.
What? If
How?
it never
Sorry.
attacked?
If
Oh,
it never
only deals
attacks.
1 if it never attacks.
So I was
Oh,
gonna say
okay.
the 3 damage is whatever they attack into, it's taking 2 damage, and then,
I see.
but there's plenty of ways to ping damage, so that's not technically
Yep.
true.
We are in the ping meta right now, so
Pretend we're not.
Kangaroo.
but I was thinking about like Kylo specifically. I was thinking a lot of times he likes these little 1-cost units.
Yeah.
Have we seen any like first order synergy yet?
I don't
No.
think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because I think I've seen like a. Is this the only first order card that we've seen from this set?
No, we have Allegiant,
I,
General
I thought
Pride.
there was one more. Yeah, there's that guy. Okay.
But it's a
Or-
trooper, which there's a lot of trooper synergy floating
Sure.
around.
Yeah, never mind. I'm moving on.
Okay.
Seems good. Dengar, 4-cost red villain ground unit. He's a 5/4 Underworld bounty hunter pilot. You can play piloting for 2. Gives a +1 and a +2. Attached unit gains on attack, deal 2 indirect damage to a player. If this unit is an Underworld unit, deal 3 indirect damage instead.
Cool.
Seems pretty cracked.
Yeah.
As a pilot, that's a lot of damage.
Deal
Mhm.
2, yeah.
Basically +4/+2.
And then a 5/4 for 4 isn't bad either.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
they do
very
clear your
aggressive.
vehicles, that's I'm not super sad about having to just play that as a unit for raw stats at that point in the game if they've really put
Yeah.
in an effort to clear everything else you got.
I like him. He's cool. He also I like it on his ship because the ship can ready if you manage to kill something that has an upgrade, and then you can deal that indirect damage again when you
Mhm.
attack the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool. all okay. The one thing that's a little weird to me is all these pilots with the piloting cost of 2, because like you would think that what you'd want to do is like turn 1 play a ship and then turn 2 pilot the ship and attack. But what are you doing with that extra resource? Maybe it makes leaders that have like a resource cost, like a 1 cost resource, do something better to fill the gap.
Sure.
Because it seems like there's a lot of these like piloting for 2.
Yeah.
Honestly, just getting cheap ships out there that can be piloted wouldn't be the worst thing. So I know there's like the Tile in. There's the Cartel's Turncoat in Yellow Hero. So maybe it's things like that in the deck just to kind of go wide in space.
Yeah.
Make that would make sense.
Now Wedge Leader in Hero gets to make pilots cheaper. Pay 1, or you don't pay 1, you just exhaust to pay 1 less.
I also feel like the piloting thing directly goes against the last set's go wide. Like, you're not going to be using
this is the go tall set.
Yeah, you're not going to be using any coordinate in a deck that you're piloting.
True.
This set's interesting because you also have all the tokens, so it's like a mix.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, we've got the IG 2000 4-cost red villain space unit 3/4 underground vehicle transport with overwhelm, and when played, deal 1 damage to each of up to 3 units. So if you done a bunch of indirect,
Django got some more stuff.
Yay!
Oh yeah, if you have Django flipped, you just play this and exhaust 3 things. That's gross.
Yeah,
it's okay, guys. It's in red, which people aren't really playing too much.
Even if he's not flipped, it's like you still get to at least
do one of them.
Do 1,
yeah.
And you get a 3/4 on board Underworld if you're playing an Underworld synergy deck, like with Dengar. It's like seems good.
Yeah, this card's
pretty
nasty.
cool.
Yep.
I dig it.
We need to do the next one so that we know what's going on. But IG-88, that's his ship. So 5-cost red villain, 4/5. While an enemy unit is damaged, this unit gets +3/+0. So it could be a 7/5 as a 5-cost thing, which is pretty cracked. I mean, even just
it's big.
Just ambushing that, that's a hey, Quinlan's dead, Django's dead on 5. If something's damaged, obviously. But you also have the
2-cost 3/3 when piloting seems good too.
Yeah. So attached unit gains while an enemy unit is damaged. This unit gets +3/+0. It already is 0/+3. So
it's got a lot of traits too.
Oh yeah, Underworld droid, bounty hunter, pilot.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's real good.
I
mean, this like in Django decks, you're always gonna have damage stuff on the other side of the board. I feel like so.
Cad Bane too, because he's Underworld, so he triggers Cad Bane to deal damage to your opponent's unit.
Which there's been a rise in Cad Bane. Like he's been winning a lot of stuff.
Well,
or like a lot of people playing him.
He has.
That's exciting. I mean,
does he go over the top of Django? Is that why people are playing him?
No, actually, Django pretty messes up Cad. Actually,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think just a little bit more flexible.
Not for this video. Hounds Tooth, 3-cost yellow.
Well,
villain.
we haven't had a video to talk about this stuff.
Well, let's just.
Instead of doing a podcast, you're like, let's go talk about new cards.
Because there's 87.
Like I haven't talked about the old cards yet.
Oh gosh! All right, we're gonna hit end on this recording in just a minute, and then we're gonna hit start, and we're gonna make another video. It's gonna be great. Hounds Tooth, 3-cost yellow villain. Hey, Jimbo.
Yep.
Can you tell the listeners whose ship this is?
It's Bosks.
Got him.
Whoa.
Got him. Cooking. He's cooking.
Look, he
had that in the chamber.
He was ready.
Yeah, what are you doing? That's an easy one.
I just don't know how you know that.
Don't you worry about it. Because the Hound's Tooth is busted in Galaxy of Heroes. Everybody uses it.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Okay. I ran a lot of Bossk on the Hound's Tooth in X-Wing.
Yeah, we called it the stapler ship because you could tell
it
it
like
on
a
the front,
stapler.
it looked like a stapler.
That's awesome.
All right, so it's a 4/3 underworld vehicle transport while attacking an exhausted unit that didn't enter play this phase. This unit deals combat damage before the defender, and this is in the spotlight decks. The 4/3 for 3 is a little pushed in space.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
4/3 for 3 that can shoot first sometimes.
Yeah, kind of has that Boba effect on the unit side
Cool.
of like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be crazy.
Seems cool.
Are we just playing this in Django, or is it just naturally good? I mean, I like it in Cad Bane quite a bit as well.
Yeah, anything with underworld stuff feels.
Just seems cool.
Yeah.
Rio Durant
this is
is
cool.
one that just got spoiled, right?
Yep.
Oh, and it's a transport.
Is
It's transport.
he's villain?
Yep. And he's
Yeah,
yellow
and it's a
villain
yeah.
at 5. So he
There you go.
definitely a good. We'll get to him, but yeah, definitely a good different.
For sure.
We're getting a lot of these sort of mid-rangey ships, and it's gonna be interesting to see which ones people actually include in decks.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't see this one being played that much.
Wow, hot take.
Personally, I think it's fine.
It's just a lot of damage. I
Maybe I'm wrong.
see. I like it more
Prove
just
me
for
wrong.
yeah. You play
Yeah,
it
just for
early.
the stats, just for the 4/3. It is a lot of damage.
It trades nicely with the Falcon.
It's true.
Doesn't go in a Grand Inquisitor deck. I don't want to play it.
Since day one. All right. Speaking of Boba, we've got Boba Fett.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Man.
5 cost yellow villain ground unit or pilot. He's a 5/4 with shielded. He's got a piloting cost of 2. When play doesn't upgrade, you may deal 1 damage to a unit. If attached unit is a transport unit, you may deal 2 damage instead. And he gives the +2/+3 buff as Underworld Bounty Hunter pilot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Seems cool.
This doesn't proc Django, does it? When played as an upgrade?
If it's played
Is
as an upgrade, no.
Yeah, because
Uh,
it wouldn't be a unit.
it wouldn't be a unit anymore, right? It's played as an upgrade, and this is what's dealing the damage, not the unit. It's not giving the unit an ability.
I would need to look into that because I know like Overwhelming
Maybe.
Barrage is like you may deal blah 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 damage, but it is that unit
You're
dealing the
giving
damage.
the unit plus X, and then that
Oh.
unit you deal that much damage. I don't remember. I don't know.
Well, yeah. So Django's different, but Cad Bane's just you play an Underworld card. So if you played this as a pilot, that's playing an Underworld card. You're doing the damage from Cad Bane.
No, I'm talking about Django. Did I say
Specifically
Cad Bane?
Django with the exhaust.
Oh, I thought you said Cad.
Nah.
Django. I don't know. Good question. Well, what do you think about the card though?
I felt like they were trying to make a standard of 2 cost upgrade for 2/2 was kind of the standard. Like we looked at like something heavy blaster in set 1. That was kind of doing that,
yeah.
and that kind of felt like what they were balancing it around. So already starting as a 2/3 just feels slightly above rate, which Boba Fett with slightly more stats than it should is kind of funny. But yeah, just dealing 2 damage on play for 2 feels pretty solid. So
Yeah.
I'm playing Daring Raid in a lot of lists in red. So to get some flexibility in yellow to get to do a similar idea is good.
Yeah, that's cool. It gives you some value out of it, even if they manage to either kill the ship or kill the upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
You get something. And then +2/+3 is good. Also, just like a 5 cost 5/4 shielded if you have to play it
Seems
as a
pretty good.
unit. Like, yeah, I've played worse units.
Yep. But
It's interesting. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying. I mean, just speaking of Cad Bane though, if you do play this on a transport, you're effectively doing 3 damage on a play.
Mhm.
You know, you let them assign,
Mhm.
and then you can be like, all right, we'll just kill that now.
Yeah.
How would this work with like a Toro? Like as an up, like does that work for Toro since it's played as a bounty hunter or no?
Does he specifically say unit? I don't remember.
I don't
I'm
remember
looking it up.
because I was like, oh well, just with the leader side itself, you can deal the damage first and then
It
shield
says
it.
unit.
Does say
It
unit.
says when
Okay.
you play another
A
bounty hunter unit.
That's good.
Yeah.
But if you do play this as a 5 cost, it's a 5/3 shielded essentially that you can ready Toro with, which is kind of fun.
Sure. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's funny that it's like transport synergy with Rio Durant, but Boba and Rio don't thematically go together.
That's right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Kylo Ren and Mr. Bones. You know, it's like, why is Kylo Ren Mr. Bones' best landing spot?
Yeah.
You know, give me Snap Wexley, you coward.
Because it's Star Wars Unlimited, guys.
That's right.
Exactly.
Speaking of unlimited, Dagger Squadron Pilot. So much power. 1 cost yellow hero 2/1. Or piloting for 1 gives up +2/+1. It's a rebel and a pilot.
That is one ugly dude.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're never going to see it on the table. So
Yeah, I mean, I
You-
don't
You
really like
think
this
so
card
one
that much,
cost
but
+2/+1 is good?
it's not horrible, honestly, in some aggro lists, but I don't think this is the first place I would.
I feel
naturally
like
turn.
there's some
It's-
aggro space deck that's gonna want something like this. I don't know what it looks like, but just a 1 cost for +2 attack that is repeatable.
Yeah, it is free with
I don't know.
Wedge.
That's
Yep.
That's nice.
Wedge. Yeah, so I mean, so you
Would
play
we like
you
free?
play a Wedge yellow. I guess you'd have to play. Dang it! I wanted to put it on an A-wing, but you couldn't do that in Twin Suns.
Well, the cartel turncoat or whatever.
Hey,
Yeah,
I've been playing Ray yellow recently and using that card to make it a 3/4 on turn 1. So technically, you can make it a 4/4 on turn 1, and that's pretty cool.
Well, you can. I mean, you play this turn 2, and then it's a 5/5 or whatever.
5/5, yeah, not too bad.
That's pretty good space stats on turn 2. And then you still have 2 more resources to do something with.
Yeah.
So,
Ray yellow
I
meta.
don't-
You're here to hear first.
I don't think. I think this is a boring card, but I don't think it's a bad card.
That's fair.
Sorry,
Jay, you might have
It's
to say
got to
more.
be. It's got to be. It's got to be a Wedge card. Just playing a free +2/+1. Wedge leader, guys, calm down.
No, I know, but I'm like, I'm just gonna pay the 1 for it.
All right, Shuttle Tidarium, which again,
Just
I love the
fly
art on this.
casual.
3 cost yellow hero space unit. It's a 2/4
Wait.
rebel vehicle transport. On attack, discard a card from your deck. If it has an odd cost, you may give an experience token to another unit. If you're wondering why it's odd, it's because the Han Solo new leader is all about odd cards, and this is a spotlight card. So
No, never tell me the odds. I hate that that's the design. I'm sorry. It's so cheesy.
I'm here for it. I'll say
it is our 3rd Han leader. So
Well, if
Yeah.
it's 3 is an odd number, so
Yeah.
you did
4 is the set that
Doesn't,
we're in.
Doesn't like every Han in card games always have
everything
some
is
kind
always
of
odds.
odd
Yes,
mechanic?
every time, except for the first 2.
So is this the ship that he is in when he does the whole like sneaks into the Death Star and stuff? Or what is it?
What?
Sneaks onto
Did
Endor,
you
but
just say sneaks on? Like, have you?
That
Like,
is not how that
I'm
plays out.
sorry. I like.
Because I see this ship and I think this is Emperor Palpatine's ship or something.
this is the ship that
No.
they've stolen so that they can get to
Hey.
Endor.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're trying to get through, and Chewie's
And
like,
he's like,
"Ugh," and
"Just
he's
fly
like, "I don't know,
casual."
fly casual,
Mhm.
That one.
and they don't
Yeah.
sneak onto the Death Star.
Yeah,
Go watch
Star
Return
Wars,
of the Jedi.
the Return of the Jedi,
Hey,
that movie.
the artwork
you
here
know.
is clearly on like near the ground, not space. I have issues with this. What are we doing?
Yeah,
They're flying
this
casual.
is a ground vehicle if I ever saw one.
Sorry, it's hovering a little bit.
So, what do you think about the on attack, guys?
I will
I-
say though,
I
the
forgot
Death
what this
Star in the
does.
background looks really freaking cool.
So ominous.
Oh yeah, I love the art on this card. Discard a card from your deck if it has an odd cost. I mean, like if you're playing a deck where you have just only odd cards in your deck because that's how you're building your deck, it seems okay. I don't know, not the most exciting card ever, but repeatable experience tokens.
I feel like there's just
Sure.
a lot of 3-cost spaceships already in Hero that you're excited to be playing. Not
Yeah,
so
you're probably
much in
never
yellow.
playing this over Falcon.
Yeah, like Falcon and Yellow, of course, but then I'm thinking like the Concord Dawn. I'm thinking Red 3. I'm thinking Wing Leaders. Like, there's a lot already that's kind of fighting for that 3-cost in space. Where you
Sure.
mentioned earlier, there's just a lot of middle of the pack kind of space units now coming to the game.
Say
I don't
It's
think
a
this one will
rebel?
make it.
a Rebel synergy card,
It is.
Yeah,
whereas Falcon's not.
here it is.
Maybe that's something.
I got it, guys. Twin Suns.
Ready?
If you say wedge, so help me.
No, set 1 Leia with new Han. So now you got the Lovebirds. together.
Mm-hmm.
You could drop this turn 1, and it's a rebel, so you
Yep.
can start playing rebel stuff. And
Are there
immediately, this is
80
the stuff
cards
in your...
that you can put in your deck that are odd?
Well,
Odd
we're
cost
gonna
Between
cards.
3 colors, probably.
we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, we got 3 colors.
You know what
Mike. We got
is-
plenty.
Oh, okay.
You know what is rebel and
Probably
odd
right.
and green and hero? Wedge, baby.
And yeah,
Oh God.
we
did
figured
it
it
to
out,
myself.
guys. All right, here's an exciting card. We've got the Mandalorian. Ground unit, 5 cost. Double yellow, 5/6. When played as a unit, exhaust up to 2 ground units. But wait, the piloting cost is 2 and single yellow. So you could run this as a double yellow thing, or you could just run it for with your regular yellow. And when played as an upgrade, exhaust an enemy unit in this arena, and it gives +3/+1. Mandalorian, bounty hunter, pilot. Here's something for your Bo-Katan deck, Jim.
This card's good.
I haven't touched Bo-Katan in a minute.
Ever since you lost to it, Gen Con.
Yeah. Hey, that's okay. That's a justifiable reason to say, you know what? It's just not for me. And that's okay.
I don't really like this card, but that's
I
just
think
me.
it's good.
Maybe that's just me.
I mean, 5 cost, 5/6 exhaust 2 units when you play them. It's like, that's really strong, right?
I mean, yeah, cunning is
Yeah.
for 4 with the double yellow that you're exhausting 2 units and then doing 1 additional buff type thing. So it's paying 1 more for 5/6 stats instead of doing one of the other things on there worth it.
Like people play Cantina Bouncer as a 5 cost 3/5 to bounce a unit. It's
But
exhausting.
yeah, but bouncing units way better than
It
exhausting
is.
unit.
It is. It is.
It has to be ground units.
But you're
If you're playing it as an upgrade, it has to be a space unit. Well, I get okay. It has to be in whatever arena your vehicle is in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
But
know.
also 2 cost
sure it's good.
+3/+1 and exhaust something is pretty good
Yeah.
value as well.
I do like that you
I'm
can,
not saying it's a bad card. I just don't like it.
But so this is where I do actually like it quite a bit. Because again, cunning is try to exhaust 2 units, buff your unit by 4 for 4. You're paying 2 for this. You don't need the double yellow strategy on it. To exhaust 1 unit, buff your unit by 3. So you're spending half the resources to do slightly more than half of the things.
So it's like half of a cunning.
But like you're doing it turn 2 potentially to get to do that and already just start that ball rolling of they're not attacking you, you're attacking them. Like I think it actually
That's cool.
builds
like
up
that.
pretty quickly.
Or
All right, I like the card
4
again.
resource turn, you cunning, exhaust 2, then play this on 5, exhaust them again.
Yeah, that's
And
what
you
you're
got a
wanting to
5/6
do
out.
is to, if you're exhausting their units, you're trying to have units already on the board that you're killing them with at the same time. This lets you do that. Yes, sir.
here's a
Mr. Diaz.
thought. Don't say anything, but if you play this with Wedge, it's a 1 cost cartel turn. I'm serious though. Cartel turncoat turn 1 Jim's for the you have a 5/4 in space starting round 2. 5/4. Think about that for a second. 5/4.
I ain't got time for you.
Okay, you can say what you want, but you're starting round 2 with a 5/4 in space. What are you
I
gonna
ain't
do
got
about
time
it?
for you.
What are you
What you
gonna
gonna
do about
it? What are you gonna
Yeah.
do about it?
Yeah,
It's a good card.
wait. Why a 5/4?
because a cartel turncoat is a 2/3,
Yeah.
and then you
Why are you playing a cartel turncoat instead of a? Oh, because you're playing both of those cards
on turn
this
1.
turn.
Yeah,
Got it.
like
Okay.
in your like if you have these in your opening hand,
Because you can just play a better ship and then put this on turn 2, and it's like the
Mhm.
same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's the dream scenario of what all you could do on turn 1. It's the fact that like,
I got
if-
it now.
like
I'm,
yeah.
I'm on board.
You
Yeah.
don't even get the exhaust because they already.
Well, if they go ground, they play their little battlefield marine, and you're in space, and it's like, all right, let's
But-
race.
oh, okay. So you don't get to exhaust it because it's only in that
Because
same
it's turn
arena.
1.
Right. So you don't need to because you're faster.
So it's just for the +3/+1.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Boshek, 3 cost, yellow ground unit, charismatic smuggler. I don't even remember what this guy's from.
He's in the cantina in A New Hope.
Doesn't even
Was
know
he
what
sneaking
this
into
is
the
from.
Death Star?
He does look like
Doesn't
he's
even
about to
know.
like be in tears though, so I don't know if I'd call him charismatic in this moment.
He's got
No,
blue
this
milk.
art's whack.
All right, it's a 3/4 or piloting for 2. As a +1/+2, when played as an upgrade, discard 2 cards from your deck. Return each of those cards with an odd cost to your hand. Guys, do you think you should
Guys,
pair
no
this with
good.
Han?
I'm never playing this. This is trash.
Never tell me the odds. I'm just gonna say that every time we see one of these stupid cards. This card seems insane.
Actually
Yeah.
cracked.
Like you just
Actually cracked.
draw 2 cards and get +1/+2 on a ship.
Seems
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Like that's just good.
Yep.
Pay 2, draw 2 is like
Yeah.
already a standard.
That,
right?
well, that's already better than
Yeah, it's
you can get in a
Right.
normal card.
It's like
Yep.
pay 5, draw 3. I think is one of them.
pay 3, draw
This-
2
yeah.
with like mission briefing.
Yeah.
Like this, it's already better than mission briefing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I mean you have to have a ship to put it on, but like it's kind of the whole point of the set. So I assume
Our vehicle.
you're gonna do that.
And you have to have odd cards in your deck, but that's the whole
But
point
you're
of
gonna
Han,
do
so
that,
you're
yeah.
probably doing that if you're playing this
Yeah,
card.
you probably have two options for ships to put this on because you're playing 2 1-drops turn 1. They're both
Exactly.
ships, so that you can do this and draw 2 more cards. It's just stupid.
He's mad already.
I'm already mad. And one of the cards that you draw is obviously going to cost 1, so that you can play it alongside this on turn 2.
Well, now you just go yellow, blue,
Now you
Han,
got-
pay the 35 health base because who cares about hand size when you're just drawing 50,000?
yeah, you're just drawing cards left and right. like,
Easy
come on.
game.
Nice.
Turn 2, you have 3 cartel turncoats on board and with 1 Boshek on it.
Cartel Turncoat's going to be like the cracked ship of set 4, isn't it?
The 3 cartel turncoats got me.
Seems good. Seems good. All right, electromagnetic pulse. 1 cost. Deal 2 damage to a droid or vehicle unit and exhaust it.
Dang. So it's like Daring Raid, but sometimes better and sometimes unusable.
This one feels like it's probably not going to see a ton of its play in a normal constructed premiere, but love this in limited
And in hyperspace.
and in hyperspace.
In limited, this is going to be disgusting.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be so
Like
good.
your drafts are going to be entirely dependent on who draws more, who can draft more electromagnetic pulses.
A lot of yellow. And all those odd things. The funny thing is, Han won't be draftable because he's the spotlight deck guy.
Right.
So all those like Boshek, it's like, might just miss.
Well, there's probably a lot of good odd cost cards.
Yeah,
in
sure.
yellow.
I'm just
like
saying you
this.
could.
I mean, this one.
You couldn't necessarily build around like, oh, okay, I got Han and I got the things.
Oh,
and I
sure,
got all
sure, sure.
odd and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Boshek was a starter card anyway, right?
Yes.
nope.
Nope,
Oh, he's
uncommon.
non-common. Oh, what
Uncommon.
the? Okay. Well,
I will say the one thing I like about that
there go your
Deck-
drafts.
style though is because all your cards are odd. So when you have like the 5 resource turn, you're trying to play like a 1-drop and a 3-drop, you're like that's a little awkward. I like that you can pilot for 2 and kind of fix some of those while still having a lot of cost. That part's kind of nice to me.
You know, never tell me the odds make sense because all of your cards are odds, so the odds are 100%.
100%.
Wow. Commandeer. 5 cost. It's a trick, guys.
I feel like we've seen this card already.
Take control
It's
of
a
a
trap.
non-leader vehicle unit that costs 6 or less without a pilot on it. If you do, ready it at the start of the next regroup phase. Return that unit to its owner's hand. So you take control.
Is this change
you
of
do something
heart?
with
Is
it, but it goes to their hand,
Wait. Oh, it goes to their hand.
and it has to be a vehicle.
See ya, Fet's
cool
Fire
card.
Spray. See ya, Ruthless Raider.
Like you can't change a heart, or you can't do this on Jabba's Rancor like you did with that change of heart one time.
True.
You can't
True.
commandeer my Rancor, even though Boba Fett did
Yeah.
ride him.
Be able to. You really should be able to.
I agree.
Yeah.
It should say vehicle or creature unit.
Oddly specific.
It has to cost 6 or less, though.
I do
Still
like though
wouldn't
that
work
like
for
they
me.
play their 6 cost ship and you're supposed to be terrified. Like this can just take it and then send it back to the hand for a weird waylay, but a very powerful one.
Yep.
Classic sideboard card, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very expensive, but very cool when you are able to pull it off.
And listen, Jabba's playing this for 4. So
Ooh,
For whatever that's worth.
there you go.
1 resource.
TIE Bomber, 2 cost villain space unit, 0/4 Imperial vehicle fighter on attack, deal 3 indirect damage to the defending player.
a 2-cost 3/4 sort of.
I mean, it
Pretty good
seems
stats.
pretty good.
Like your opponent attacks into it for free, but also it has 4 health.
Yeah.
So they're unlikely to
like
be
the
able to
4
kill
health.
it with their turn 1 play.
They're having to do a lot of work to kill this thing, and
Yeah. And in the meantime, you're
I
just
mean,
like
unless you just open fire.
Imperial's
three,
really
doing 3.
easy to buff too. So like I actually don't
Mhm.
hate this card at all. I know it feels a little weird with its current stats, but that seems super.
It
easy to
seems
play
pretty cool. It's a cool upgrade platform as well because you know it has 4 health.
Yeah, so it's hard to get rid of on turn 2
Yeah.
without having open fire or something.
Okay, genuine question here. Does Django work with indirect damage or no? I know we've already kind of asked Django questions, but that's another one that I'm like, I would need a ruling on that
It
He
looks
does
like
not.
because they're assigning where
Um,
the damage is going.
Yeah, they actually brought that up on the FFG live stream this week, and Tyler specifically said in the next rules reference,
Cool.
it will be very clear that Django does not interact with indirect damage.
Cool.
Hmm.
Good to know.
it's probably for the best.
I think I think assigning is different than dealing damage. So
Mm.
Because it's also going through shields and stuff too. So it makes sense that it's not that unit itself doing it. So that's cool.
yeah, cool card. Imperial. Here they go. I mean, even just think about Tarkin. Like Tarkin with all this new
Yeah.
Imperial stuff.
Yeah.
Just having something to buff.
Mm-hmm.
Man. R2D2, everybody. Everyone's favorite droid. 1 cost hero. It's a 1/4 or piloting for 0. You don't even need wedge for this one. It's a +1/+1.
If you play with Wedge, you get to ready a resource.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This upgrade can be played on a friendly vehicle unit with a pilot on it. So basically, you got a double pilot. Attached unit gains. You may play or deploy 1 additional pilot on this unit.
It's so weird that it needs both of those lines of text to do the one thing that is like just this can be played with another pilot.
So much of stuff like this reminds me of programming, and it's like you have to have these lines.
You have to
of
be very
code.
specific.
Yeah. It kind of usually it points to you didn't design this very well in programming. Not saying that that's what this is, but
David, you forgot to read the flavor text on this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
R2.
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
says.
I hate you. It's a rebel droid and a pilot, by the way, guys, in case you were wondering at home. So
It seems
I
like
mean-
a weird card slot.
yeah,
Like
but I mean,
a weird deck slot.
it's rebel. I mean, even Sabine, you're dropping an A-wing, and then you could put this right on the
0
A-wing
for
right away.
+1/+1, I guess.
Yeah.
guess.
Anything that's synergizing with the amount of pilots that you have, which there's a decent amount, is already pretty good. Yeah, and like you just said, a free 1/1 isn't the worst thing in the world.
Fair. I guess, yeah. It's a 1/4 if you need to play as a 1/4 I guess.
Seems all right.
Oh wait, hang on. We can't gloss over the Hunter Dream, which is that now we have 3 different R2s.
3 R2s, bro.
So you got 3 different R2s, you got 3 different Falcons, you've got 3 different what? I don't know.
Do we have
Probably
3
something
Falcons?
else.
Yo, yes,
Yep.
we do.
Yeah,
we
right?
do.
Set 2, set 1, and set 3.
I was thinking,
or set 4.
Sorry, I was thinking Gold Leader, which is definitely not the Falcon. So
Oh, right. Definitely not the Falcon. We could have had 4. But yeah, the Hunter Dream is coming together.
Wow.
You're going to be able to finally do whatever the heck you
There it
would
is.
theoretically do with Hunter.
Good. It's good. Direct hit. It's a tactic. So you can fish this out. 4 cost blue event. Defeat a non-leader vehicle unit.
This is a draft bomb.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But
Yep.
I'm just playing Fell the Dragon, I think, instead of this card currently.
Yeah, probably.
I think it could be a sideboard card too. Like if piloting really is like really takes off, everybody's playing it, then this is probably pretty decent.
Yeah. all the pilot leaders when they flip onto ships and they make them leaders though, so
Yeah.
that makes this
Couldn't even do
way
anything.
worse.
Yep.
Like Rivals Fall feels like it's getting stronger this set because of that.
Mm. Yeah.
Kijimi?
Kajimi.
Kijimi?
Nailed it.
Yeah, Kajimi.
Kijim. This is Jim's
No.
Patrollers.
Don't you put that on me.
Kai Jim's Patrollers. 2 costs. Green villain space
I'm
unit.
calling you Jimmy.
It's
from now on.
I hate this. I hate
Kijimi.
this.
It's first order. 1/1. When played, create a TIE fighter token.
People
This
So
card is
basically-
sick.
Droid deployment of this set.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
More
Or
droid
Batch
deployments,
Brother.
please. Except better, because Batch
Yeah.
Brother sucks.
Is
That
the
doesn't like
TIE Fighter a first order or an Imperial ship?
I
TIE Fighter is
think it's Imperial, actually. Yeah, I think it
I
has the
don't
Imperial
think
trait.
it is. I
right?
don't think it's a vehicle fighter. That's it.
No.
Oh, just
wow.
Vehicle Fighter.
Oh, the
Ah,
token.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
TIE
Interesting.
LN is Imperial.
Is X-wing
Yes.
just vehicle fighter as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not Rebel or
That's
anything.
wild.
But,
That-
but I
I
think
guess
I guess
honestly
because there's
grateful for it.
resistance X-wings too.
Because Rebel stuff is already like kind of
Yeah,
Crazy.
that'd be cracked.
Sure. All right. Well, I mean, more exploit shenanigans stuff is always good in my book, so I'm into it.
And just things that you can pilot. So
Yeah, 2 ships that you can pilot on turn 1.
all right. Guys, we got a neutral Tarkin. He's red but
Hey.
neutral, so you can run him in your hero decks. Captain Tarkin, full forward
When
assault.
has Tarkin ever been neutral?
Yeah, I don't think even when it was Clone Wars.
Republic.
Yeah,
I
The
don't even think
Republic
when he
Tarkin
was
is
part of the
hilarious.
Republic,
he was still a.
he was
You know.
still a
Listen,
villain.
if Kit Fisto can be a Jedi and in a villain deck, Captain Tarkin can be in a hero. So Captain Tarkin is a 3-cost 2/5 Republic official. Each friendly vehicle unit gets +1/+0 and gains overwhelm, which means what, Jim? What does it mean?
Wedge is giving ambush and overwhelm.
And +1/+1. So if you combine
plus
Wedge
2
and
plus 1.
Captain
So your
Tarkin, you got
your dream
+2/+1,
scenario.
ambush, overwhelm all your vehicles. You win the game. That's
And
it.
it's still gonna be
Okay.
garbage.
Here's what I want. I want you to make some kind of endless legions deck where out of your resource row you bring out Wedge, Tarkin, and then a bunch of vehicles that you just ambush into your opponent's vehicles that you give them from like Akbar or something.
Okay. There
Do
it
it.
is.
Okay.
I do like having a 5 health official early for any kind of official stuff like the Emperor's
Official
Royal Guard.
business.
Yeah,
we
I,
need a-
I
Event called Official Business.
Official business is awesome.
I honestly think this is pretty solid for 3 costs 2/5. You're out of range of like the ping Tarkin Town stuff which is ironic since it's Tarkin. That a lot of decks are doing right now. So I don't know. Seems fun.
2 health is kind of
2 power.
weak, but
Yeah.
sorry, 2 power. You're right.
Yep. But basically any ambush unit like the Marauder was like an ambush thing. If you get it gets +1 and overwhelm now, like Marauder gets even better.
Yeah.
So, all right, Rio Durant. You guys referenced it with new leader. It's a yellow villain.
This is a weirdest
Action.
leader.
Yeah, 1 cost exhaust. Attack with a space unit. It gets +1/+0 and gains Saboteur for this attack. And then flips at 5 into either unit or pilot. As a unit, he's a 3/5 with Saboteur. And as a pilot, it's attached unit as a leader unit. It gains Saboteur. If it's a transport unit, it also gets +1/+0. And he naturally gives +3/+5.
Okay. Why does Rio Durant have what is probably some of the coolest art style
Dude, give
in
me the
all
showcase.
of this game?
Give me the showcase.
Well, the
This
showcase is
art
gonna have the same
style-
style.
Yeah, it's a different art. Like whoever drew this, get more of this style. Get this
Yeah,
artist to do
this
more
looks
stuff.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird card, but it's, I mean, I kind of like it, but also it's just weird. That okay?
Saboteur is wicked. Like if
Yes.
you're going like mid range, try to like close out with Saboteur against. Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially really cool, like aggro mid range, like
Yeah.
I obviously was talking earlier about most of the pilots are two costs. So this is that one cost action on your leader that you can take to fill out your curve a little bit. And so like, turn 1 you play a ship, turn 2 you put a dude on the ship and then hit your opponent's base for +1 because it gains saboteur. Like that's kind of sick. And then like what are the transports that we can put this on turn 4 or whatever? That
when
this would be
was
really
it
ready.
Hounds Tooth was a 3 cost.
Yeah, it was a 4/3, right?
Yeah.
So it would turn it into an 8/8. Like that's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With saboteur, like come on,
get around all the stuff.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Because it's a leader unit, it's no longer able to be taken down or felled or whatever. So you really have to answer those like ASAP if you're playing against this.
Yep. There's quite a bit of random like transports that this is probably pretty fun on.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to get past Bright Hope too is pretty wicked.
I feel like this may just be one of those deck lists that like you can build without too much thought and it'd be pretty solid, which I do think games need decks like that. But I think also you're like
transports.deck.
Yeah, and it's like you can probably build around it in an okay way where it's never going to be tier 1 meta. But the fact that like somebody can build a deck with the cards they have and it feel powerful, like getting an 8/8 on the 5 flip turn feels really powerful and cool. I like that there's stuff like that.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, this card's kind of sick.
So here's some stuff that could go with it that they just spoiled like an hour ago. Rampart, 2 cost yellow villain, 2 cost 3/3 underworld vehicle transport. This unit doesn't ready during the regroup phase unless its power is 4 or more, which is kind of
this card seems terrible.
kind of not good.
Like unredeemably terrible.
So I'll just spoil the next card too because it's like I think they wanted them to go together.
Okay, I'm not done dunking on that first card.
This really took me back to X-Wing days for K turns. 3 cost red event, ready a fighter or transport unit with 6 or less power.
That seems good.
That seems
very
insane.
strong.
Yeah.
So these are spoiled together as if you would use it on this.
Yeah, but
no, that's not what you use.
Which the Rampart's artwork, can we just say, looks really cool. Looks a little like Marvel, like something's about to like bust out.
Thanos
like,
just snapped, man.
It looks like like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
This card makes no sense.
No.
Well,
no. You buff it with any pilot, and now it's got 4 or more.
Yeah, but then it can't ready until the next phase.
Right. So it's like, hey, if you're trying to play a 3/3 on turn 1, there's going to be
turn 2. You play this guy with a 1 cost pilot, easy, and then he's ready's up.
And then your opponent 2 for 1Z before you get a chance to do anything.
Well, that's all pilots.
That's why I don't think this card's going to be amazing. But
this seems terrible.
If
this is a rare too.
If we had R2 in villain because he's a 0 cost,
isn't this the ship that Rio flies in?
I think.
What's it called?
I think so.
Solo.
I think that's the name of it.
I mean, it makes
if
sense
so,
thematically.
his ability doesn't even work with his own damn ship.
I mean, it does if it's ready.
But how is it? How are you readying
You have
it?
to ready and then deploy.
Like you attack with it and it gets +1, but you can't attack with it because it's not ready.
I see what you're saying.
You can flip onto it, but it seems like the worst possible option of transports that you can flip onto.
What's oops, sorry, wrong way. The card oh gosh, keep fighting. You can pay 2 from set 1, pay 2 to ready something with 3 power or less, and then put this on there. You know what I did think is you can't. This is a Grand Inquisitor card. That's what it was made for.
Okay.
Yep. Just turn 1.
Seems terrible.
Turn 1, you drop this and
deal 2 damage to it. Ready it.
You're cooking.
I guess the thing is, like, if you do ready this with the pilot and then they remove the pilot, you're able to use Rio to guarantee it has the +1 to ready again. Would that work?
It's a lot of ifs, but
does that +1 stay for it to be able to ready? Because I don't know.
Because it's only for the attack.
No. It's just for the attack. It doesn't stay for the round. Yeah, then it doesn't work at all with.
But you could like ready this with like one of those abilities. If you don't attack, it still just stays ready going into the next turn, and then can do stuff with it.
This card just seems like such a massive downside for for just getting a 2-cost 3/3 in space, which obviously is insane. But like,
Yeah.
just compare it to A-Wing. Like,
Yeah, I
It's-
agree. It's pretty bad.
it's worse. It's a lot worse.
But
Pretty bad.
It just doesn't do
If it
anything.
was shielded,
I agree
maybe,
too.
but it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny because I run a Krennic Inquisitor Twin Suns deck, and this slot's right in there because you ready it, and
'Cause
then
it-
it does have
'Cause you
4
have
power.
to
And
fill
then it
up
has the
80
4 power.
cards.
You hit
and-
4.
That's cool. Yeah, you got to find it.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, I do think this K-turn card is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that card seems cool.
yeah,
Um,
I don't have much to say about it except that's really good.
yeah,
Yeah,
you can
it
fish it
seems
out with
insane.
Stila Guerrera, right? Doesn't she fish out tactics?
hmm
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah,
I mean, anything
know.
that just swings for 6 and then paying 3 to
Looking it
swing
up.
for 6 more is just insane.
Yeah.
yeah, or like already just
Yeah.
a big ship, and then you can attach a pilot to it afterwards. Like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, nasty.
Yes.
Are there any like pilot leaders or pilots that give raid that you can just like really abuse this with?
That'd be sick.
I mean, there's plenty of red cards that give raid to other things that you could do.
Sure. But like if you have a ship
There-
with it's like it's like a 5-power raid 4 nonsense, whatever, and you get
Yeah.
to deal 18 damage in a turn or something.
Isn't there? There's like clone. There's something with the clones artwork in set 3 where it gives it raid 2. It's like, and then when defeated, it creates a clone token or something. But it's like it just gives it raid 2. It's an upgrade, and then when it dies, you get something. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe you though.
Seems fun. All right, I think that's it, guys. That's all of our cards. Yeah.
All right.
So welcome back,
Yeah.
guys.
You can tell all 4 of us was here because it took us an hour to do 10 cards.
We're
Yes.
thorough.
That's it. All right, let us know about what you think about the new cards down in the comments, and let us know what you think about Mike and Jay being back. And send them your well wishes to return for our next one. See you guys the next one.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.